Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching Samaa News. Here are today's headlines. US President Donald Trump says an initial agreement aimed at ending the conflict with Iran is scheduled to be signed on Sunday, adding that the Strait of Hormuz would reopen immediately after the deal takes effect. Trump said the proposed agreement would prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon and described it as fundamentally different from previous arrangements. However, Iran has questioned the timeline, with Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmaeil Baghaei urging caution over reports about when any agreement might be signed and indicating that discussions are still ongoing. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has said that the United States and Iran have agreed to a framework for a peace deal that would end the months-long conflict in the Middle East, with a final text of the deal reached. He added that Pakistan is now preparing for an electronic signing expected within the next 24 hours, followed by technical-level talks next week. Shehbaz said the peace agreement had reached its most advanced stage so far. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has told Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar that all commercial vessels operating in the Strait of Hormuz must comply with instructions issued by US forces, warning that violations of the blockade and illicit Iranian oil shipments will not be tolerated. The call came a day after India protested the deaths of 3 Indian sailors in a US strike on an Iran-linked tanker, and raised concerns over the safety of commercial shipping in the region. US President Donald Trump is set to hold a series of high-level meetings during next week's G7 summit, including talks with leaders from the Middle East and participation in a working session alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. According to US officials, Trump is expected to meet separately with the leaders of Egypt, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, France, and India. While no formal bilateral meeting with Zelensky is scheduled, officials say the two leaders could meet on the sidelines of the summit. Iranian state media reports that the funeral ceremonies for the late Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei will begin in Tehran on July 4th, with burial scheduled for July 9th in his hometown of Mashhad. According to the reported schedule, memorial events will also be held in the holy city of Qom before the final burial rites. The ceremonies are expected to draw senior officials and large public gatherings from across the country. US forces have shot down multiple Iranian one-way attack drones heading toward the Strait of Hormuz in the latest military flare-up, even as Washington and Tehran cite progress in peace talks. A source familiar with the matter told Reuters the drones had posed a threat to commercial traffic. US President Donald Trump had warned Iran earlier on Friday against firing more drones at ships attempting to transit the strait, saying Tehran better get their act together and fast. US President Donald Trump has told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that it was time to end the war with Iran, as Washington moves closer to a possible agreement with Tehran. According to a senior US official cited by Axios, Trump called Netanyahu and described the potential US-Iran agreement as a great deal. Netanyahu reportedly expressed concern that any deal must address Iran's nuclear program. However, he avoided a significant argument with the US president. Axios cited a source with direct knowledge of the call, who said Netanyahu was caught off guard by the pending US-Iran agreement. Arachi has also said that nuclear talks with the United States would only take place at a later stage and would not proceed unless a proposed interim deal was implemented. The state TV quoted him as saying that the interim deal would include reopening the Strait of Hormuz and ending conflicts on multiple fronts, adding that a memorandum of understanding had not yet been signed and could still change.
Iran's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmaeil Baghaei has said that relevant institutions are reviewing the text of the US-Iran agreement and a final decision has yet to be made. He declined to comment on when or where the agreement might be signed, while urging caution over media speculation surrounding its contents. Meanwhile, a senior US official said that the proposed agreement would extend beyond Iran and include Lebanon, Israel, and Gulf states as part of a broader effort to end the regional conflict. The official said the framework is is designed to address multiple fronts of the crisis. Another official said the Strait of Hormuz would also reopen, and Washington will lift its blockade on Iranian ports following the agreement.
An Indian military aircraft has crashed during a routine flight, killing all 5 people on board. The Indian Air Force said in a social media post on X that the accident, which occurred in the eastern Indian state of Assam, involved an An-32 aircraft, a turboprop twin-engine transport plane. It said the 5 killed in the accident were all Indian Air Force personnel, adding that initial inquiries and crash site management were ongoing. On the other hand, US President Trump has said military forces carried out a strike that killed Hector Rustenford Guerrero Flores, also known as Niño Guerrero, the leader of Venezuelan prison gang Tren de Aragua. Trump said in a post on Truth Social that at his direction, the US Southern Command delivered a swift and lethal kinetic strike to successfully execute Guerrero, calling him the leader of one of the most bloodthirsty terrorist organizations on planet. Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth posted on X that the strike was conducted earlier this week and that Guerrero was confirmed killed during the strike. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching Samaa News.